is called Office for Men.
Office for Men?
Office, so for the office.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very spicy. The kick on
It
top
is
is
a punch.
Yeah,
it's like boom. There you go, guys.
Right? That's
fire.
That's what you wanted for.
Yeah. I told Alberto it has to have immense lasting power.
Yeah.
It has a nice, fresh, like
fresh opening.
Nice opening.
Spicy.
By the way, this is Cecile, master perfumer. She made many famous fragrances. We're here at the Niche Fragrance Show, so I'm very happy that you like it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, Cecile.
I mean, I wasn't expecting
anything else from Alberto.
For sure.
Oh my goodness.
All right. You wanna try?
Yeah, I do. So this is it. This
is it running already? Okay.
This is Fragrance 1.
Yeah, this is obviously the first edition, very puristic. As for the bottle design, we keep it like an Iron Man suit. It gets better with every batch, and obviously, no, really, we think like that.
Okay. Now it's Alberto Morillas. Big fan of him. Yeah. You know, I actually like that. I really like that. I know that you and I have had our differences, but
it's really not bad, right? I'm telling you. And
okay, I give in. That's not bad at all. That's really quite good.
Now you get some of that fiery spiciness, right? The woods are there. You smell some of that Firmenich molecules. They're the kings of the molecules. It's very aromatic. It fills the room.
Yeah.
And one thing to notice about this was filled about 3 weeks ago, and just like a red wine that you just fill purely now, you drink it, it tastes like grape juice. And so fragrances, in case guys you didn't know that, they have to macerate. So you know it as well.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks is good, but in 3 months this thing will have even more depth, more spices. So now it's like nice and fresh with some spices, but it will develop into something really nice.
Because the opening hits is really like,
oh man, I like it.
It's like punchy, right? It's actually got a nice punch.
It's punchy.
It softens down.
Yes.
And it's got some nice spices. You know the thing that I like? Very well balanced.
Yeah.
Very well balanced.
Correct.
There's time and effort been put into this. A lot, as I know.
Yeah. You know, I didn't make it, but you know, these guys really, I get so much from them in terms of oil. Other companies buy so much from them, so you have to know they're very patient with me, although I'm just a little customer. So I really respect it.
Well, it's so lovely to meet you. I personally need to get on doing push-ups and fitness. I've sort of let myself go at the moment. I'm very sorry about that. I'm kind of like, I'm the fat apprentice at the moment.
Oh, you're the cool guy,
rather than the fragrancy. I need to drink my green tea. But yes.
I love the video you did with 1 billion. Let's do 1 billion. I watched that back in the days, man.
Well, it's lovely to know that you've seen some of my videos.
Yeah, I watched it.
Well, this has been Jeremy Fragrance. I've been the Fragrance Apprentice, and this is Fragrance 1. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're doing a first impression of Jeremy Fragrance's new release, Fragrance 1 Office for Men. We've all smelled it. We're in Milan at the moment. It's the end of the perfume fair. This is the last day for me, Timmy and Manny, but George and Chris from FragMental are going to be here another day or two. So I'll introduce everyone first, and then we'll get into our first impressions of Fragrance 1. This is Timmy from Imagine Scents. We've got Manny, Cascade Scents, George from The Fragrance Apprentice, and Chris, FragMental.
Cheers.
So, yeah, first impressions of Fragrance 1. For me, what I got on my skin, it opens up quite nice. It's fresh, it's citrusy, it's bright. There's a little bit of a kind of a spiciness. Not too much on my skin, it's more about a fresh, citrusy brightness. There's a phase in the opening that might briefly remind you of something along the lines of Aventus. It doesn't smell directly like Aventus, but you'll get a nuance of that direction, where you could definitely be reminded of fragrances like that with this juicy kind of fruity opening. I guess coming from the bergamot, as it dries down, that fades pretty quickly. It only reminds me of that for about 5 minutes, and then it kind of fades into this kind of woody base, which is super long lasting. On me, it was like 12 hours. It lasts a long time. I'm going to go around and we're all going to talk about our kind of what we got from it. So, Timmy, how do you find it? as your first impression?
I just find it just very mass appealing. So you already talked about the notes, and I agree with all your notes. I just find it to be a very mass appealing fragrance, and it fits the name really. It says office for men. You're going to use it in the office. You want it to be at least quite safe, so you don't offend anyone at the office. You don't offend your boss, your customers, or whatever. So it works as intended in the marketing. It's mass appealing. You get compliments from it. But it's not the most artistic of all fragrance. If you're into those heavy niche fragrance, you want something that you would go wow for and really feel like a connection with. I don't think this one is the case, but if you're looking for something that has a lot of utility, I would say that if you want to own one fragrance and this one is that one fragrance that you own, you can quite literally use this in any situation you want to use it, because that's what it's intended for. But it's not going to be something that you kind of put on the pedestal on your shelf with China gold light on it or something like that. It's not that artistic.
No.
You know what I mean? So, but it's you're going to get a lot of use out of it. That's what I'm going to say. Easy to wear. And the majority of people around you would find it pleasant. So,
Manny, what do you reckon?
Yeah, it's for the regular Joe who is looking for something serviceable. Maybe I might have a more conventional office gig as well. The thing is, I'm also looking for something that is unique, that is also equally safe, which this is not. However, if you are looking for an entry level into, I guess, higher end designer style perfumery, this is pretty good. You're going to get all the boxes checked. So if you're looking for, I guess, serviceable feedback, you're going to get that properly. You're also going to get good longevity more often than not, because no one here is complaining about the longevity to my
I got about 12 hours. I don't know about you guys.
I got about the same thing too, around 12 hours as well. It lasted till I went to bed, really.
I was quite surprised about the longevity on it, actually. I kept smelling it and thinking, is that still Jeremy's? And it wasn't. I'd not sprayed anything else there.
So to my knowledge, we're talking serviceable longevity and projection, I would presume, as well. Hard to describe projection when you're getting other fragrances in your personal space. You're just engulfed in it in an event like this. But it was a worthy test, and I'm over the moon for Jeremy's success, and I can't wait to receive my bottle in the mail. And yes, I did pay for it.
Cheers.
Cheers, yeah.
And George?
0 out of 10, it didn't burn my face off.
Seriously,
my eyebrows
it was told it would do.
My eyebrows are still intact. It's ridiculous. Well, I don't know. The first thing I have to say is that all you guys be absolutely massively disappointed because we actually like it, and I'm very sorry. I can only apologise. And no, Jeremy's not in the background with a gun going, "You better spin, you better fucking say it's good." It's not like that. And I certainly haven't received any sort of payment for anything like that. No, no, it's actually I smelt it, and it's actually quite good. The opening's the strongest part.
Well, I filmed George's first impression, and I think he was expecting kind of to be disappointed or not to like it, and he smelled it and he went, "Oh, actually, this is pretty good." And Jeremy's like, "Yeah, I know."
I've been telling you.
It's funny. Yeah, it was like, it was quite funny. I didn't know how to really sort of react, because when I saw Jeremy, I didn't know if he's going to be like, "You mother, I've seen your videos, oh my god," right? So I didn't know, but he was very nice. In fact, randomly he said, "I love the video with the when you say 1 billion," and I was like, only 1,000 people have watched that. How has he seen that? Yeah. But sorry, I'm taking up a lot of time. But the opening is quite strong, and it just really is what it is. But you know something? It's nowhere near as synthetic as I thought it would be. Nowhere near. It is. It's.
I think the top notes are nice. The dry down to me is, if we're going to argue about materials, the dry down is definitely synthetic.
Yes,
it's a synthetic aroma chemical woody molecule.
Yeah, definitely.
That smells good to the mainstream. I'm not knocking it for that. It is what it is.
Okay, well,
you're not saying
it's not filled with high quality naturals.
You're not saying
no.
You're not saying it smells synthetic to the point where it's nauseating for maybe an enthusiast. Yeah, it's $160 plus office fragrance for men.
When you take into the account that it is for office, and you said, because you've worked in offices and things like that, and I haven't really worked in a regular sort of office style environments, but for that it is really good.
Yeah, it's a safe office scent done well, basically. Designer scent profile.
Yeah.
To me, it smells pretty high quality. As said, nice bright opening. I've heard a lot of reference, and not just here, but in other first impressions videos, to similarities to Apprentice. There's maybe touches of it, but not to the point where anyone would think it is Apprentice. It's not.
No, for me, it's like it's in the top notes in the first 5 minutes, where there's a fruitiness that reminds you of the fruitiness of the Apprentice style.
Yeah, reminds you.
And then it fades pretty quickly.
But you wouldn't ever confuse. You wouldn't ever think it was Apprentice.
No, you would never mistake the two. I want to make that clear for sure.
No, it's not a clone.
And one of the favourite parts for that, the bright opening is great, but
really good.
I get a lovely. As explained, it's woody synthetic, but it seems to me to be very pleasant and smooth. If you can describe that as natural, I don't know, but it is a smooth, pleasant, slightly creamy, woody dry down on my skin, and it worked really well. And for what it is, for an office scent or a very versatile, serviceable scent, it does the job.
If I could just sum it up, I'd say it's got a really ballistic kind of great opening. That's very energetic and mad.
I'd agree.
Kind of like Jeremy.
The opening is the selling of it.
I feel as though it's doing at least 50 push-ups on my skin in the first 5 minutes, and it's very energetic and very bright, and it is good.
And then it spins into the dry down.
And then it spins into the dry down, and but it spins and it kind of stumbles like a little bit, and I think the dry down is serviceable.
Yeah. I didn't get a stumble,
but I wouldn't say it was. I'd wear it.
Yeah, he's not reinventing the wheel as far as the fragrance game. However, one thing I think he is doing is reinventing the game as far as marketing. First off, him and his brother, I believe, are 50-50 on the company, which is awesome for, someone like us who's a YouTuber, but of course way on a bigger pedestal, to actually go through with trying to compete in luxury goods lifestyle like fragrance with their own product. But also on top of that, the marketing itself is way more unique in my personal opinion, because no one else is saying, oh, office for men, club for men, date for men.
That is unique. A unique premise.
That's the first time it's ever happened.
Like it's, I believe, at least on this widespread of a level, you always see people trying to find inspiration in maybe history, geography, and apparel.
It's a very simple, easy to understand brand.
And to be honest,
it tells you exactly what it's
helps.
It's very evocative of a YouTubing reviewing style, and very evocative of what Jeremy is as far as a creator. And I think that's awesome. So fair play to him on that end.
I'd say that if you look at it in a broad spectrum, then you can have a little bit of difficulty. But if you actually put it down, you go, okay, this is an office scent. You're going to go to the office and you're going to wear this. Then actually, not only does it succeed, but I think it sort of overachieves.
Yeah, it makes it so straightforward.
For me, I would sum it up by saying there's always going to be some people that are going to hate on it just because it's Jeremy. And
sometimes you like it,
Sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think for niche heads, for people that really like complex niche perfumery and artistic creations, this isn't going to wing it for them. But if you just want to smell good and you like designer fragrances, for the most part, you can't knock it for that.
Those people wouldn't be looking for that scent anyway.
You can't knock it for what it is, and people have to appreciate it for what it is. It's a mainstream, mass appealing, designer level fragrance that most people in the world is going to think smells good.
Would you guys give it a thumbs up? I would.
Thumbs up.
Okay. Can I put the?
I would say thumbs up for the audience it's aimed at.
Exactly. Yes.
For my taste, it's not my taste. But I can appreciate it's good for the people that it's marketed towards, basically. And I think a lot of people would probably want us to knock it or say something bad, but there's not much you can say.
Believe me, I wanted to.
To be fair, for knocking's sake, I feel like we did knock it on what maybe Pete would use it for or what I would use it for. But to be honest, we kind of have to evaluate the scent for what
it is.
It's supposed to be for.
For what it's for is very good.
Exactly.
We also, I asked him about the price with this talk about him tripling the cost. And he said, "Hey, there's no plans to triple it. It's going to stay what the Kickstarter is. So the price, as far as I'm aware, is staying the same."
That's maybe an exclusive on that.
Yeah, the only thing I think you can knock him for is the presentation of the pre-launch bottle. But to be fair on that, even he showed you what it looked like before you bought it.
He stayed.
So if you're going to complain about that afterwards, it's your own damn fault.
He's
Really, it is your own. If you bought it and you complain, it's really your fault. You saw the bottle.
Yeah, he's been fairly transparent as far as the Kickstarter update kind of world.
Yep.
Him and Camille. So shouts to them
It
for
was
that.
very clear. So
And it's
In terms of the thumbs up, thumbs down. I forgot to put thumbs up, but it was
What about-
thumbs up for me
Yeah,
as
from
well.
all, should we do a thumbs up?
basically,
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
I have nothing to complain about it. It's just works, and
works.
for me, I work in an office, and I would definitely wear that.
Me too.
If I was-
I
if I
can't
was
work
working
in an
in
office
office-
and I would still wear it.
If I was working in an office, God forbid, but if I was, I'd probably, I'd give it a go.
I wouldn't personally, but I don't wear most fragrances.
You'd wear literally like pure Civet.